Hey there, it's Brandon with Seattle Organic SEO, and I just thought I would show you a quick way of figuring out a email platform and an email platform that you might want to evaluate. A lot of people know Mailchimp, so if you haven't heard of Mailchimp, basically it's one of the de facto kind of standards when it comes to email platforms. But frankly, there's a lot of other solutions that exist out there, including you can see here, people search for. So something to kind of consider whenever you're actually evaluating any platform is just checking out what exists in terms of what Google suggests. But what I was going to share with you today is this email. You can see that this individual Stefan Repin emailed me. Interestingly, he's in my inbox. He's not in one of the tabs like the promotions tab or the other types of tabs that kind of filter out emails. But why I'm sharing this here today is because he was able to get my attention through the smiley face. It almost looked like an email that was personal. You can see in the email it looks very personal. There are signals, however, that prevent me from actually taking this very seriously. Like this person is writing stuff that looks a little spammy, but still, it got into my inbox. And so one thing I wanted to share real quickly is how you evaluate some of these folks. So sometimes these emails will have some links at the bottom, and when they do, you want to click on them. I can't remember if it was this email or another one, but there was an unsubscribe button, and there was also another button that said change my settings. I think I clicked on the change my settings. I would not do the unsubscribe per se initially. I would check the settings, because what happens when you click on the settings, you may find out who their provider is. So you see here, this is ConvertKit. So why I'm talking about this is because if you find somebody who frankly gets in your inbox, well, their platform will typically show up in one form or another if you just do a little digging. And because they've successfully landed in my inbox, I'm going to argue, well, this might be an effective tool for you. Now, the question might be, like, who does it the best? Well, I can't tell you here today because I haven't spent the time to actually evaluate this. But I would argue literally doing things like this. I would Google email platforms, email solutions, things like that to frankly check it out. So here, for example, Sprout Social will give you a bunch to kind of look at. The ones that actually do show up, like Mailchimp, which is considered, like I said, one of the de facto platforms in general. I would definitely check out, and then also check out the ones that are in the paid ads as well. But spend some time actually doing the research around them. I do want to do a quick shout out for my friend who runs Campaign Refinery. He's been actually trying to fix this solution for years. So, you might want to check him out. Great platform. It's not cheap. It's not necessarily like a Mailchimp. But with that said, it's very robust, and frankly, it has the chance to potentially help you. But anyway, I would also say if you look at this in general, if you want to look at other solutions, just to give you some other ideas, Mailchimp competitors or Mailchimp alternatives, I would argue. So here you can see there's a lot of different other type of email solutions. So Mailchimp alternatives. Let's see if that comes up. And I would actually search these, frankly, in terms of the volume. But you can see that Mailchimp is almost the de facto standard, because there's like literally posts that are saying like 9 best Mailchimp alternatives, 7 best, 22 best. They even have something in the FAQ schema FAQ, which is showing that it's a very popular email platform. But it is free, and that's why my friend earlier today talked about how you should check it out if you want to build an email list, or you want to be able to communicate to them through email. It is probably the place that I would start. But with that said, there are many solutions, and I would even search for something like email side by side, or email comparison, comparison, email solutions. Just spend some time, literally doing all of these things. So email hosting service, the problem a lot of times is also there's different aspects to email, but maybe email marketing services. So maybe that's what I would search. Constant Contact I know of. Send in Blue is new to me, but I'm sure is interesting. Drip. There's a lot of people trying to get into this space. ConvertKit, as you saw earlier, was the solution that seemed to get into my inbox. So I would say check that out. You can see these people are trying to do the same thing that the original question that spawned this we're trying to figure out. Aweber's a very well-known one. GetResponse, I believe, has done well. And then, like I said, Mailchimp exists. So, check them out. There's actually a couple others that I would potentially recommend, but that hopefully gives you some ideas on how to figure out your email platform.